Hi yogis, Denise here, and today we're going to do a nice balancing vinyasa. So we're going to stop, we're going to balance, we're going to focus, we're just going to enjoy ourselves, see how wobbly we can get, see if we can fall over maybe. So if you like to have a wall next to you or a chair, go and grab one now. It's quite hot today, so water. You might need a prop. If you're used to using your props, then grab them. So if you need anything, grab it, and we'll all meet seated on the mat. So we're all going to start in a comfortable seated position of your choice. Of course, if Siddhasana cross-legged is comfortable for you, like me, then you can sit here. Place a pillow under your bottom. If you feel your knees are too high or your back's tight, rest your arms where they feel comfortable. And just find a little bit of length through the spine. So gently lift the chest, relax the shoulders, grow a little taller, close the eyes. If you don't like closing the eyes, then just gaze towards the end of the nose. And as we scan through the body, we notice how we feel today. So we made the first step of the journey. We've arrived here on our mat. And then we're concentrating on our breath. As you breathe in, you start to deepen that in-breath. And as you breathe out, see if you can lengthen. And if you can't, that's fine. So you focus on the in-breath through the nose. Just a little pause right at the top as you slowly exhale through the nose. Maybe you tap into that Ujjayi breath. So a slight constriction in the back of the throat. Hear the breath. Nice way to remember the Ujjayi breath is if you're trying to clear a window that's steamed up. You think of a steamed up window when you're trying to clear the window. So with that thought, continue with your breaths. And if the mind's all a-wandering today, hey, it doesn't matter. Sometimes the mind will just wander, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just see if you can bring it back to the breath. Hear the breath, feel the breath. Pausing at the top of the inhalation, and as you exhale, keeping that length through the spine, relaxing the shoulders, letting that breath go. Slow, but with control. And on the next out breath, just see if you can draw the belly in a touch, right at the end of the exhalation. And you probably find this gives you a little bit more length, a little bit more lift. So do it again. Inhale. Pause at the top. And as you exhale, keep going, keep going, keep going. And just draw the belly button. So getting that full yogic breath. In through the nose. Pause. Out through the nose. Keep going as long as you comfortably can. With that little tightness, drawing the belly in. Right at the end of the exhalation. And now just continue to breathe normally. As you flicker the eyes open, relax the arms to the sides. just take the arms just slightly behind and gently press into your fingers, your finger pads, just to lift the heart. As you take your inhalation, take your arms out to the sides. Inhale. As you exhale, just bring your hands to your heart, resting your thumbs onto your sternum, and lift your sternum up towards your thumbs. So a little bit of pressure here in the palms as you press the hands together. So we're going to release the hands out to the sides. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release, inhale, halfway again. Exhale, press the palms, draw the belly in, hands to the heart. Keep that sternum lifted. Inhale, release, down to come up all the way. Gentle lift of the chin if you want to gaze at the thumbs, and as you exhale, bring the hands to the heart, thumbs to the sternum. Keep that lift. Continue with that movement. Chin to chest. Inhale, gently. Lift the chin as though you're following a line in front of you, and as you exhale, hands to the heart. Release, inhale. Reach for the sky, and as you exhale this time, turn and twist to the right. So right hand comes behind, left hand reaches across. We draw the shoulder blades down. And we're not trying to go too far. We're just easing into this twist. We're warming the body up. We're getting the juices flowing. Take another deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, release. Arms come back to the sides. Inhale, reach, lift, find that length. As you exhale this time, turn to the left. So reach across with your right hand. That left hand just rests behind. Inhale, find a bit more length here. And as you exhale, gently release. We're going to take ourselves on to our hands and knees and settle ourselves back into child's pose. So knees are going as wide as the mat, big toes touching, and just send the heels back. Spread the fingers wide, stretch the hands out in front. If there's another variation of child's pose that you'd like to take, then you've got that option. But let's all meet back here in extended child's pose. So once you've eased into your child's pose, forehead to the ground, belly just relaxing in between the thighs, arms reaching forwards, wiggle those fingers, find length through the side body. As you breathe in, fill that space up in between your thighs. As you breathe out, let the body get heavy, let the body sink into the earth. Now just focusing on that area in between the shoulders, yeah? So behind the heart space. So as you inhale, you're going to lead with that as you claw into the mat. Lift yourself up. So inhale, lead with the back. A little cow pose. And as you exhale, moving back into Balasana, child's pose. So just remember that movement. Claw into the mat. Lead with the upper back. Inhale. We drop the belly. We stick the belly out. Exhale. As you round through the spine, chin to chest, send your bottom back towards your toes. Do that 2 more times. Remember to lead with that space opposite the heart. Inhale. Exhale. So think about the movement as you move through the spine. See if you can find a little bit more. Shoulders away from the ears, bottom sticks out behind. And then we're going to come all the way back up on the inhalation and settle ourselves into our hands and knees, our tabletop position. So just bump the hips from right to left. If you get any problems with your hands, you can rest at any time. As you know, you can always take child's pose. But at the moment, we're just going to settle the hands underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers wide, press into the backs of the feet, the shins, the knees are under the hips. Eyes are looking directly down, and that head is in alignment with the spine. So think of the head as an extension of the spine. We're not dropping the belly. Do you notice what happens there? We need to really focus, particularly with these balancing postures, on drawing that belly in and keeping what we call a nice flat back. Now from here, just see if you can press a little bit stronger into the mat and open up the shoulders. And then roll the shoulders down and away. So it's just a little subtle movement there. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, connect to your centre, draw belly in, tighten around that low rib cage, extend that right leg out. Now you can stop at any position as we move into this spinal balance here, or you can just hover that right leg off. So foot can stay down, foot can stay hovered. You can rest at any time, as you know. Watch what's happened to the back. Don't let the back drop. Keep drawing the belly in and up. Keep looking down. If you want, you can extend that left arm forwards as though you're shaking somebody's arm. So you're pressing away with your right heel to the wall behind, and you're reaching forwards with your fingers. Give your fingers a little wiggle. Take another breath in. Option next to roll here, elbow to knee. Curl the belly in. Inhale, extend. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, squeeze belly in. Curl the tail under. Inhale. Extend. Exhale, squeeze. Going to do one more team if you can. Inhale. Exhale now, squeeze. Hold it for 4. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. Hold it for 1. Place it down. Sit back, child's pose. Roll the hands. Now the hands will get tired. They will get achy. And this isn't a bad thing. We are working on strengthening the fingers, the hands, the wrists. But sometimes it can get a bit too much. So if you need to take time out or your wrists are getting very uncomfortable, rest. You can always do a little bit more later on. For now, just rotate your hands and wrists. And let's move back up. Inhale, lift back onto your hands and knees. So we're going to go with the other side. We set ourselves up here with the knees under the hips, press into the shins, the backs of the feet. And then just check that the hands are in alignment with the shoulders. And then remember what we did before. We pressed into our hands, opened up to our shoulders, and then we rolled our shoulders down and back. So the chest is hovering round about in between the hands, that space there, and the crown of the head's reaching forwards. This is so important. We're not dropping the back. We're drawing the tail behind and the belly in and up. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the belly in. Extend that left leg this time. And you can keep it down there. Maybe you just want to rock backwards and forwards on your toes. Or you can hover that left leg. And if you find this is really shaky for you, then this is the time just to maybe say, oh, that's enough, I'm going to stay with this. You might find you're pushing over to the right side, so you could always drop that left hip. Option now to extend right arm this time. Reach it out, your arms level with your ear, you're reaching away with your fingers, and you're pressing back with your heels. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, elbow to knee, round through that spine, squeeze belly in. Inhale, extend with control. Exhale, squeeze. It will feel different on one side to the other. Inhale. Exhale. Now last time here. Inhale, extend. And as you exhale, rounding through the spine, elbow to knee, hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Sit back, child's pose. If you want to sweep your hands around and behind, you can. Flip your palms up, open up your shoulders. You could maybe rest your head to the side. Place your head, forehead down. Notice how the body feels. Are you holding any tension in your face, your facial muscles, your jaw relax? So keeping the teeth slightly apart. Take that breath in between those shoulders. feel that space fill up with energy. Exhale. Let the hips get heavy. Let everything go. And we're going to start to wiggle the hands forwards now, reaching towards the front of the mat, hands as wide as the mat, spread the fingers wide, come onto the tips of the fingers, press into the pads of the fingers, so the palms are hovering off the mat. And as you inhale, press into the mat, lift yourself up. Remember to lift from that centre, lead with that upper back. Exhale, lower your hands. As you inhale, this time curl your toes under. And then exhale, peel your knees, your shins off the floor, hip points up to the sky as we make our way into down dog. So in Adho Mukha here, we're just going to bend and straighten the knees. You can really generously bend those knees, send your chest, your heart towards your thighs, let the head hang loose. Just find what you need here in your first down dog of the day. And then slowly start to make that journey forwards as you walk the feet forwards to your hands. And really, really squeeze your legs together. So heels, big toes squeezing together, squeezing the inner thighs together. And this is a bit of a challenge, yes? Because the legs are squeezed together, you might feel a little bit off balance. So if it's too much for you, obviously widen that stance. But if you can, just stay with me here. Try and take that weight slightly forwards. Come onto the toes and then take it back. Maybe you need to bend your knees a little bit more. And then see if you can lift those hip creases up towards the sky. Straighten the knees a little bit more. Head's nice and loose and floppy. You could take ragdoll pose, right hand take the left elbow, left hand take the right elbow. You could just rock from side to side here. Just find a little bit of stability and then ease into stillness. Keep lifting those hip points up to the sky and keep breathing. So important. Remember, breath is life. So we'll take one more breath, long breath in here. Exhale, let the arms go. And as you start your next inhalation, start to climb up to standing. Squeezing the thighs together, press into the heels, all 5 toes. And keep the chin tucked until the very last moment. We find our Tadasana, our mountain pose. So from here you can step your feet hip width apart, and then I want you to give your arms a shake and give your legs a shake. Shake one leg at a time. So we always think just shake, don't we, before we do something, but shaking is so good for you. It helps to relax the muscles. So give everything a shake. Get a bit funky, get a bit silly. It doesn't matter, you're in your own home. Just shake it all about. Come on, shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. And then calm yourself down. Bring yourself back into Tadasana or mountain pose. Focus on drawing that belly in. Finding that centre, finding that balance. And as you inhale, just start to lift up onto your toes. Exhale, release down. Curl the toes off the ground. Now you might find this quite a challenge. Up to the big toes. We could add the arms if you want to. Inhale. Just gently lift the arms. Onto the toes, exhale, press the palms back, peel the toes off the ground. Inhale, hold it for 4, 3, 2. Are you squeezing that belly in as well? 1 and release. Exhale, press back. Peel those toes off the ground. And then release them down. One-legged Tadasana. I'm just going to straighten myself out here. Taking the weight through the right leg. Just going to bend that left knee. So you're peeling your heel off the ground, your left heel off the ground. And you're just going to lift your leg if that's comfortable for you. Think about your posture, head over heart, heart over pelvis. You're not leaning over to the right side, you're lifting out of that right hip. Keep breathing here. Maybe you circle that foot one direction, maybe you circle your left foot in the other direction. Take another breath in. Exhale, let it go. Place it down. So we take the weight over to the left side this time. Exhale, we connect to that center so we can engage. Ula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, we squeeze up through the pelvic floor. We peel the right heel off the ground. And as we all know, no one side is the same as the other. So if at all you need something for support, and don't forget to use that point of focus. Use your drishti, you're looking at a point in front of you. And if you're ready, you can start to lift that right leg off the ground. Then you can play around with the foot, you can circle it. Remember to lift out of that left hip. Facial muscles stay relaxed. There's no tension around the throat or the neck. The shoulders are relaxed, but the heart is still lifting. So we're always thinking about that posture. So important. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, place the right leg down. Give them a shake. Take yourself to the front of the mat. So feet can be really, really close together. Feet can be hip width apart. Arms by the sides. As you breathe in, take the arms out and up. You can follow the hands, making a line with the chin on the wall in front. As you exhale, forward fold. Hands come together. Pivoting from the hips. As you inhale, halfway lift, your choice. Hands can be on the shins, the thighs, elbows tuck in. Grow from the crown. And as you exhale, fold. We plant the hands in. We're just going to step back with that right foot. So I'm going for high lunge today. Check your left heel is below the knee. Toes are curled under on that right foot. We're squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. And we're pulling that left hip crease back. So here in high lunge, if it's not for you, if you're struggling, you know that that knee can go down. Slowly draw your chest away from your left thigh. Send your tail down. Press into your foundation. Inhale, lift. High lunge. Crescent lunge. Now as you exhale, I want you to release and place your hands down on the floor. And just step that right foot in a little bit. So we're moving into pyramid pose. You can drop that right heel down. Slowly straighten that left leg. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, draw your chest towards that left thigh. Now, if this just isn't accessible for you, then if you remember, we've done the lunge before and we've come back and we've done that half splits, that runner's stretch. So you could always take the runner's stretch instead. Keep breathing. Squeeze that left hip crease in. If you need a little bend in that left knee, that's absolutely fine. We're going to step that right foot back into that high lunge or low lunge. Inhale. And as you exhale, step your left foot back. So we're moving into plank. Taking your time now as you lower down, you can lower onto your knees, your chest, your chin, or inhale. Exhale, take the body weight forwards, tuck the elbows in, and slowly lower yourself down to the floor. Trying not to belly flop. Peel your hands down to the sides of your ribs. Tuck the elbows in, claw into the mat, press into the backs of the feet, the pubic bone. Inhale, find that tiny cobra. Chin stays tucked in for now. Exhale, release. Catch that wave, lower it down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower it down. Pull the elbows back. Draw the shoulder blades down and away from the ears. Inhale, lift cobra. Exhale, release. Forehead comes to the mat. Curl the toes under. Hover the knees. Draw the belly in and up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift onto your hands and knees or high plank. Exhale. Hip points to the sky. We move back to our down dog, which we take for a walk or we just settle in. Slow the breaths down. You can play around here. Even option to come onto the fists, go down to the elbows, whatever feels good to you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, sink those heels down, down to the ground. Draw the belly in, tighten around that low rib cage. Extend through those arms, spread the fingers wide. Pressing equally into each finger. And then I'm slowly going to look forwards and walk forwards. Walk your hands, your feet to your hands to your feet. And then squeeze those legs really, really tightly together. Head's hanging loose, knees can be bent, or we can lift those hip points up towards the sky. Shoulders can be relaxed, or you can have your hands in that ragdoll position. And still, wherever you are, just be there, just breathe. Take one more breath in. Long breath out. Lift those hip creases up to the sky. Inhale, bend the knees. Squeezing the thighs towards the center as you rebuild. You make your way back up into Tadasana. Arms rest by the sides. We take a nice deep long breath in. Exhale, let it all out. Inhale, Asta Uttanasana, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, just step back with the left foot this time. High lunge, low lunge, little checkpoints, knee over ankle, squeeze the inner thighs towards the midline. Take a nice long breath in. As you breathe out, connect to your center, press into your foundation, send that tail down as you lift your chest, lift your heart, taking those crescent arms. Knee can drop here if you need to. Inhale. As you exhale, draw the shoulders down the back. Place the hands down, lift that left foot in and just bring it in a touch as we settle it back with the toes turned out into our pyramid pose. Take a breath in, lift the chest. Exhale, chest towards that right thigh this time. Let the head go, draw the belly in towards the sky. Don't forget, you've still got the option of that half splits, that runner's stretch if you need it. Inhale, lift the head, step that left foot back into that high lunge. And as you exhale, slide that right foot back. Kumbhakasana, we're back in plank. In plank again, try and draw your belly in a little bit more and press back through your heels. Take your hands so they're under your shoulders, but take your feet a little bit wider. So lengthen through the spine, a little challenge here. Maybe you could lift your right leg off the ground. Keep the rest of the body nice and stable. Maybe you can lift the left leg off the ground. or maybe not, doesn't matter. Take another breath in, and as you breathe out, knees, chest, chin, or moving through Chaturanga, lower yourself down to the ground. Peel your hands back next to the ribs, inhale into Cobra. Exhale, lower it back down. Curl the toes under, hover the knees, draw the belly up to the spine. Inhale, lift into high plank again. Exhale, bring yourself back. Now from here, soften your knees, look at your toes, and walk your hands back to your toes. So we're coming to a little toe bounce here. Drop your bum. So, here in toe balance, you might need to keep your hands down for support. You might be able to just lift your hands up to your heart, taking prayer position. You're probably wobbling. This is quite normal. Gently breathe in and out. Maybe you had enough any time. You can always come to child's pose or down dog. If you want to take a little step further, just place your hands down on the floor in front of you. So about 7-10 inches in front. Take your hands towards the end of the mat. A little bit of arm balance in here, Bakasana or crane pose. We're not going to take it too far. We're just going to slowly just lift the hips, come onto the toes, and just start to ease the knees towards the armpits. So you really lift your bottom up high, look towards the front of the mat, bring the elbows into the armpits. Maybe you lift one leg, maybe you lift the other, maybe you lift both. Or maybe you just take the weight forwards onto the hands, lifting the hips up to the sky. Try not to look down, look forwards. Take a breath in as you breathe out, squeeze that belly in. Maybe we go back to Bakasana, maybe we don't. Wherever you are, slowly lower your feet to the ground. I want you to walk your hands back to your feet. Slowly roll yourself back up to standing. Yogi's choice how you get there. And when you get to the top, let's just hang out for a minute. Woo-wee! Give those arms a jolly good shake. And your legs, of course. A little smile here. Whew. Rock backwards and forwards. Now I'm going to take the weight. I think we'll start off with the left leg. Take the weight onto the left leg. So hand to big toe. You might want a wall, something to grab hold of, a chair. I'm going to start off nice and easy. We did one-legged Tadasana before. If you managed to lift that leg off the floor, well, let's go there again. And if this was a challenge for you, then stay here. You could support the knee. You could just keep lifting out of that left hip. Find your drishti, find your focus. And maybe you could just play around with taking that knee out to the side. Maybe you're just doing it with your hands on the wall here. Or maybe not. And you can manage it. You can always extend your right hand to the big toe and extend that leg out. Leg can be straight or bent here. Inhale. Lift the chest, lift the heart as you exhale. Take that right leg out to the sides. You could also turn your head in the opposite direction, so you could turn your head to the left. I'm not going there today. If you feel better with your arm, right, your left arm extended, your right leg out to the side, lift up, lift out of that left hip. Slowly bring it back to the center. Inhale, and as you exhale, take it back down to the ground. I'm going to take the weight over to the right side this time, the right leg. And as we ease into the pose, we slowly just lift that left leg, that left knee. As we move to our one-legged Tadasana, this might be where you stay today, and that is absolutely fine. Breathe. So important you breathe throughout the asana, throughout the posture. And this side might feel completely different to the other side. You might be able to balance with hand to big toe. You might not be able to do it on this side. So just notice how you feel. If you want to take that big toe, left hand grips, that left hand big toe, lift out to that right hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, connect to your center as you take that left leg out to the side. Did you hear that crack? Keep breathing wherever you are. Maybe you turn your head to the right. Maybe not. Take one more breath in. Come on, Denise. And as you breathe out, bring it back to the center and gently lower it down. I'm no expert. And hey, it doesn't matter. Enjoy your yoga. It's fun wobbling, challenging yourself is great, but don't worry about it. We just do what we can do, and that's what's important. On the next breath in, reach out, reach up. Exhale, let's take it forwards and down. Inhale, find that halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, float it down. As you inhale, I just want you to walk your feet back. And as you exhale, take yourself into down dog. And just take a couple of breaths here in down dog. And then slowly look forwards, lower the knees. You're going to send the feet out to the side and then just extend them out in front of you, but take them a little bit wider. So we're just going to see how we go on. Lovely back stretch, lovely massaging for the digestive system. We're going to try our tortoise pose today. And I love this pose because I do find that it's great for my lower back because my lower back gets quite tight. So we're going to start off with the right arm. We're just going to slowly ease it under that right leg. So just see how far you can go. Take a breath in, take a breath out, and then slide that left arm underneath that left leg, underneath the knees, slide it under. Now you might be able to start to extend your legs. You might be able to slide your arms further out. Or like me, you might just want to stay here, take a deep breath in, lift the heart, and as you breathe out, lower yourself down. Forehead's drawn down towards the ground. And just breathe here, down the back, all the way down to the tail. Obviously, the longer you stay in the pose, the better. Take one more breath in. And one long breath out. And then slowly easing that right arm out, that left arm out. And very gently climb back up into Dandasana or stick pose. We counter this pose here. And to extend the legs, Purvatasana. East side stretch, the hands behind, fingers pointing towards the toes. If that's not comfortable, you can always turn the fingers out. Squeeze the glutes, send the shoulders down and away. Lift the heart, and as you inhale, press those hips up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you might want to gently lift your chin. Strong arms. Take one more breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly lower the hips down with control. And once your hips go down, draw your chin towards your chest. Slide your right knee in, slide your left knee in. Just wrap those arms around your shins, around your thighs. As you curl your forehead towards your knees. And gently lift. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Take a hold of the thighs, leaning back. Just a little balancing boat pose today. So you can stop at any level that suits you. Making sure you're sending that tail down. You're scooping and hollowing out that belly. Shoulders are relaxed. Of course, the facial muscles, the chin, the cheeks, the forehead are relaxed here. We always smile doing our boat pose. Arms could extend out to the sides, shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen, maybe you lower down a little bit here. Option again to take hold of the toes. Maybe you can extend the legs up into boat, balancing on those bum cheeks and those glutes. Option to take those legs out. I hope you've got a cushion behind you if you fall. Draw the belly in, lift the heart. Take one more breath in here with the legs wide. And as you breathe out, squeeze the legs together. Bend the knees, place them down, roll through that spine. Hands can be there for support, or you can gently roll it down. Oh, and bring those knees one at a time into your chest. Take what you need here. You might want to rock forwards and backwards, side to side. You might feel the need just to rock your head from side to side. You might want to circle the knees for that lovely back massage. Whatever you need, you take it. Done so well today. From here, we just place the feet down. We slide the legs out. Arms by the sides as we move to Shavasana, we relax. We let go of any tensions. Find that comfortable position for you. Let the feet flop out to the sides. Palms turned up to the ceiling, fingers curling naturally. And taking that breath deep down into the belly. Feel that belly fill up like a balloon. Exhale all the way up and out through the crown of the head. As you lengthen the breath, just see if you can pause at the top of the inhalation. And then as you exhale, maybe you can just pause for a second at the end of the exhalation. Inhale, pause. Exhale, let it all out. Keep going, keep going. And just do that one more time, one lovely long breath in. We exhale everything out. And then we ease back to our normal, your normal breath. Slowly start to flicker the eyes open. Take some movement through the fingers and wiggle the toes. If you feel you'd like to stay here for a little bit longer in Shavasana, well, you deserve it. You take it. Otherwise, bring your hands to your heart. Gently whisper to yourself, Namaste.